Hey there. So, in my last video, I gave you guys an update of how things are going in my bakery, and I told you how it's been pretty slow for business. Um, but I probably shouldn't have opened my mouth because shortly after that, I received an order for 150 cupcakes, 75 chocolate and 75 vanilla, which, it's okay. I knew that I could handle it. Um, but something really, really terrible happened. And I just want to kind of walk you through my 2 days of baking for this order. I start off by coloring the frosting with a natural color using spirulina. And then I scale up my recipes to make sure that I have enough to make 150 plus a little extra for any mistakes that may arise. So here I am making my chocolate cupcake batter, and you see my two boys were helping out too. The chocolate cupcakes. This is day one of baking, and they turned out great. I baked probably about 4 dozen chocolate this day, and then 2 dozen vanilla. So here I am mixing together my liquid ingredients for the vanilla cupcakes. No issues here. It looks great, right? And I am adding my dry ingredients to my wet ingredients here, as I always do. Scooping out the batter just to make sure it's all even and I have an even amount of cupcakes there. It looks great in the oven. They're rising, no problem. Day one is finished. Moving on to day two, I mix together the remainder of my chocolate cupcake batter, bake those in the oven, and they turn out great. No issues there. You see, I even have test cupcakes over there that I can test with, and they tasted great too. I move on to my vanilla cupcake batter. And here you see I added the mixed ingredients together. Um, and as usual, scooped it out. Now, here is where things go south. If you noticed by now, or if you haven't noticed by now, you see how it's caving in the middle? My cupcakes are caving in the middle. Hey there. I am so devastated right now. I just baked uh, 48 cupcakes of the 150. And let me just show you what happened. This. So right now I am set back 48 cupcakes. If any of you have made a miscalculation or something that caused your baked goods to fail like this, you know how I feel right now. It doesn't happen often, and when it does happen, it's not 48 cupcakes. They taste good. They are delicious, but I can't serve them. I think what happened is I overwhipped the butter and sugar together. I think that's the only thing that makes sense in my head because I left it running. I left the mixer running for quite a while I was sitting down with my son. And I overmixed it. The butter and sugar was in the mixer for too long. This makes me want to cry. I don't want to make more because I'm afraid it's going to turn out like that again. My other ones turned out great yesterday. Oh, so frustrating. So I have 4 more dozen of vanilla to make, and um, 1 more dozen of chocolate. And I gotta frost the other half. So like I gotta frost like 70 cupcakes still. Customer's not picking them up until tomorrow, and it's about 4:30 now. So I have time. I just feel like I spent too much time on this. And now I'm set back about 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours because of this mistake. Behind the scenes of my micro bakery. Now you would think after that I would have learned my lesson. Unfortunately, I did not. I ended up baking about 4 more dozen before I could get to a cupcake that I was happy with. It happened over and over again. And I really don't know to this day what the issue was. Luckily, I was able to salvage the cupcakes. Like I said earlier, they tasted delicious. They were really good. So I made cake balls. I have been wanting to make cake balls for a long time and never got the opportunity to. So I used this opportunity to go ahead and make them. Um, I added some frosting that I had left over to the cake ball or to the cake batter to the cupcakes, and they turned out great. They were delicious, and I was able to sell those, thank God. And then after making the cake balls, I was able to move on to frosting my cupcakes. This is the design that they chose. They wanted the light blue frosting, and they wanted the pearls on the top. The pearls are also all natural, which I was happy about. And this was the final product. Overall, I was happy. I was able to make the 150 cupcakes. The customer was happy. She ordered them for her son and her son's daycare. Thank you guys for watching.